Ninja Kamui Episode 1 begins where we, the viewers, are taken inside a near-empty subway compartment and the focus shifts to a middle-aged man who seems to be anxious, anticipating some form of impending danger. And all of a sudden, a bunch of high-tech gear-laced assassins surround him. The assassins launch their assault, and it turns out the person is skilled in martial arts as he is able to stand his ground for a while, dispatching a number of assassins with brutal precision. However, a fearsome, burly leader of the assassins makes a surprise entry and brutally murders the person by decapitating him. In a news update, it is revealed that the gruesome murder is the third one following a similar pattern of murders, which the media presumes to be orchestrated by criminal organizations. After a violent beginning, which sets the tone of the series from the get-go, we are taken to the quaint, idyllic countryside of the United States and get introduced to the Logan family. Loving couple Joe and Sarah Logan live an agrarian and low-key isolated life in farmland, along with their young son, Kyle. The warm, heartfelt moments shared between the family members take viewers' minds away from the ghastly opening scene and make them genuinely care about each of the members. However, tension starts brewing in the background as the news of the grisly murders across the city reaches the family, and it seems the Logan couple share a past that was somehow connected with the assailants. Sarah starts worrying and mentions the involvement of Shinigami or Reaper in the serial killings, while Joe reassures her, stating that their family is safely away from any possible danger. Another wholesome sequence plays out during Kyle's birthday, and all the cherished memories Joe has shared with his family so far flood his mind. After an outdoor barbecue, a gift opening, and one of Joe's melodious guitar sessions, the day comes to an end and Logan family share a warm embrace. However, little did they know that Kyle's birthday was going to be the family's last night together, as Sarah's fears came true. Joe wakes up at night after assessing a disturbance and goes to check up on the situation. Right at that moment, he notices their house being surrounded by the assassins, and without giving him a moment to breath, the horde of assassins attacks. Joe fights back fiercely and kills most of the assassins, and suddenly a gut-wrenching call from Kyle shakes up his core. Joe rushes back to their bedroom to protect Sarah and Kyle, but gets his psyche nearly destroyed by the sight that confronts him. Even though Sarah had valiantly fought the assailants to protect her son and killed a few of them, she breathed her last after facing the leader assassin. Little Kyle's lifeless body is still shown grasping his mother, and the final frightening moments the boy had spent haunt viewers' imaginations. Considering the Logan family to be annihilated, the group of assassins takes their leave moments before the authorities arrive at the crime scene. However, a whole day after being declared dead, Joe wakes up in a hospital morgue and is once again reminded of the tragic fate his family had suffered. Doctors and other hospital staffers are flabbergasted to witness such an unbelievable situation, but they aren't able to come up with a plausible reason as to how Joe got resurrected. Two FBI agents, Mike Morris and Emma Samanda, arrive at the hospital after learning of Joe's miraculous recovery, and as the Logan family murder scenario matches the modus operandi of the city's serial killings, they try to learn about the assailants by interrogating Joe. The duo receives silence in return, but Joe's enraged reaction to the questions is taken by Senior Agent Morris as a positive sign for investigation. Later, during the night, assassins attack Joe on the hospital rooftop, and remembering the last moments of his beloved ones, Joe goes absolutely berserk as he butchers all the assassins one by one. Emma was assigned to be the lookout, but Joe knocks her out before she can ascertain what is happening. Joe finally comes face to face with the assassin leader, and after a vicious, bloody battle, he nearly obliterates him by repeatedly stabbing all across his body. He asks how they were able to recognize them, to which the leader mockingly remarks that no matter what appearance he may take, he can never escape his past. Joe reveals his true face, which was hidden with the help of a tech veil for so long, and we learn Sarah and Kyle had to do the same as well. It is hinted that Joe kills the leader off-screen, but we still don't know for sure. During the final moments of Ninja Kamui Episode 1, Joe returns to his countryside home for one last time and gathers his belongings by bringing out a hidden box. Inside the box, a photograph reveals Sarah and Kyle's true appearance, and the memories that we had witnessed once again play out, now with family members in their true appearance. Taking a half-mummy mask along with him, which is possibly connected with his past life, Joe sets the house ablaze, seemingly to bury the past, but as he walks in the opposite direction, his fiery eyes indicate that the dreadful memories will truly never leave him as he starts the journey on the path of vengeance. As far as we have learned, the Logan family's identity remains a mystery, which will be revealed eventually in the upcoming episodes of Ninja Kamui. The second episode begins with a narration that informs us about a clandestine ninja clan that operates in Japan. However, in light of a terrorist attack, the clan has to share their secret with foreign countries. The said ninja clan operates under a strict code that states any traitor or defector will be immediately killed, and from what we have seen so far, it appears that Joe aka Hagen's family was one such group. The scene cuts, and we see Hagen being treated by Kagari, an old friend who knows Hagen was part of his secret ninja clan. Hagen asks Kagari to treat him just enough so he can head to the next room and interrogate the ninja he has left alive for interrogation. After being able to walk, Hagen keeps torturing the man for intel, and when the man doesn't break, Hagen torches him like a marshmallow. Meanwhile, Mike is taken off the case after the hospital massacre and is warned of termination if he chooses to investigate further. However, Mike has no intention of backing down, and he tries to dig deeper into the enigma with his partner Emma. Mike and Emma find that Joe's family doesn't exist and aren't mentioned on any public record, which makes the case all the more enticing and complicated. On the other hand, Hagen tries his best to find any clue that can lead him to his enemy, but it is in vain. Eventually, with no choice left, Hagen decides to seek help from Detective Mike Morris. He calls Mike and asks for a meeting, saying he has some questions that need to be answered. Emma tries to track the location, but Hagen keeps disconnecting the calls, proving he has played this game before. Mike gives him a location, and the two meet again. Hagen asks Mike if he knows anything about the serial murders that have plagued the city. Mile tries to arrest him, but before he can do that, a ninja makes a jump on Hagen out of the blue. Mike tries to shoot the hostile ninja, but the latter cuts his fired bullets in half and also injures Mike. A battle ensues, and as expected, Hagen kills the ninja. Hagen also reveals to Mike that he is Joe Logan and even puts on a digital visage using some sort of device. However, before they can talk further, a barrage of bullets and an RPG find them. The shop is reduced to ashes, but Mike is unharmed. As for Hagen, he capitalizes on the chaos and leaves. Episode 3 of Ninja Kamui begins with an aristocrat and his bodyguard being brutally murdered by what appears to be a dozen demons in hand. This was the work of a dwarf assassin sent to Master Yamazi, who, for his next target, suggests the name of Joe Logan, aka Hagen. Yamazi talks about the exiles, saying the clan no longer sees them as ninja and is treating them like traitors and enemies the moment they defect. He says every single one of them should be killed immediately before the world comes to know about their secret. The suit-clad man asks the assassin to kill Hagen, and the latter can't be happier given Hagen is one of the or possibly the best ninja the clan has ever trained. Hagen has mastered many combat styles and has successfully completed countless assassin missions, making him a legend among the likes of his. Master Yamazi conveys that they have already killed Hagen once, but somehow he came back to life, suspecting the usage of an ancient technique. As the episode progresses, we come across Zai, one of the most feared and corrupt ninjas, who draws great pleasure in murdering the exiles and defectors. Zai once fought against Hagen, but was badly defeated. Meanwhile, Mike sits for a heart-to-heart with his senior, who also happens to be his ex-partner. The man warns Mike not to dig any further, or he'll end up losing his job for no reason. Mike's ex-partner also says that he knows that Mike and Joe met last night in a downtrodden restaurant. However, this doesn't deter Mike a bit, and he subtly reveals that he knows AUZA, a big-shot company, is somehow connected with the case. As soon as the world escapes Mike's mouth, his partner gets distressed and leaves. At home, Mike revels to Hagen that the blades that his assassins use to attack him are built from a special alloy, and the patent of the same alloy is held by AUZA. Mike also reveals that AUZA even has a hold on the FBI. Hagen and Mike share a drink, suggesting that they'll both be investigating the case side by side. They also enlist Emma to aid them in the investigation. Emma, after a great deal of research, informs them that AUZA has their hands dipped in all sectors, be it military or telecommunications. They're everywhere. There are also rumors that anyone who poses a threat of mere inconvenience to the company doesn't live to see another day. They all die under mysterious and perplexing circumstances. The man we see at the start of the film is among those unfortunate people. As the episode progresses, Yamazi visits the company's CEO and warns him never to attack any of the ninjas excommunicated or active without his permission. Meanwhile, Hagen and the others are attacked by a hooded ninja who unleashes an armada of rockets on him, but even he too is no match for Hagen's skill and is killed. As the episode nears its end, Hagen receives a call from a mysterious caller, and Hagen's facial expressions suggest he knows who's on the other end of the call. Episode 4 of Ninja Kamui opens with Hagen receiving an anonymous call. The caller informs him that breaking into Oza City will be difficult due to its extensive security. The man claims to be in a similar situation as Hagen, being an exiled ninja himself. He offers to help Hagen and sends a location for them to meet if Hagen is interested in completing his mission. The scene shifts to FBI agent Mike, who is haunted by a tragic memory from his past, the loss of his son. He is joined by Emma and Hagen, and they discuss how to proceed with their investigation now that they are under scrutiny. Emma discovers a group on the dark web that has been monitoring Oz's activities. There are rumors that they are developing weapons capable of controlling nations. Mike urges Emma to step back due to the high level of danger, but she refuses, stating that she cannot let Hagen and Mike take all the credit and action. Meanwhile, Oz's CEO is impressed to learn that Hagen defeated their prototype warrior, which has been designed to handle an armada single-handedly. However, the CEO is undeterred and plans to gather more data to ensure that their prototype warriors can defeat Hagen. As for Mike, Master Yamazi believes he is just a mere human and not a hindrance to their plan. When the time comes, Mike can easily be dealt with. Additionally, we see a flashback where, after completing their training, Hagen, Jai, and Mary receive a secret art technique that should never be revealed to anyone under any circumstances. Yamazi was also present at the ceremony. As the episode progresses, Hagen arrives at the meeting point and finds himself on the other end of another call. The caller provides him with details on how exactly the security system of Oza City operates. The entire city is filled with cameras, sensors, and weaponized drones, and trespassers will be killed immediately. However, the caller gives Hagen a route to enter the city without being detected. The caller also offers to hack all the internal security cameras and disable the electrical field once Hagen is at the location. Despite facing a dozen guards and a barrage of bullets, Hagen manages to enter the headquarters. However, as he approaches the electric field, he is pushed back. It is then that he sees Jai standing on the other side of the field. Episode 5 of Ninja Kamui begins with Hagen finding Zai on the other end of the protective field. It seems that Zai was the same mysterious caller who had offered his help so Hagen could infiltrate Jiao City. Hagen reveals to Zai that Mary is dead and asks if it was Yamazi who gave the order. However, Zai maintains his silence and walks away. The assassin hired by Yamazi suggests they let Hagen into the city and deploy highly skilled ninjas to eliminate him. The CEO of the company couldn't be happier, and the fight will give him all the data he needs on Hagen, one of the best ninjas ever trained. Meanwhile, Mike is tracking an ex-Aza employee who can shed light on how Aza fits into everything. The man Mike is looking for is Jason Cardenas, who has been hiding for years. Jason hates AUZA and plans to bring the company to its knees. Jason also has created an extensive server room to hack into the AUZA city. Mike promises to keep Jason safe, and he agrees to help him. Jason hacks into the AUZA city server and stumbles on a file that contains social security numbers and prices, suggesting that the company is buying fake identities. However, Mike notices Emma's name on the list, but before they can learn more, they are kicked out of the server. The company also dispatches forces at their location to capture them, but Mike and Jason manage to flee. The mercenaries catch up and start firing at their car, leading Jason and Mike into a traffic collision. The battle begins, and Yamazi lets loose dozens of skilled ninjas at Hagen, but the latter slices them like they're vegetables. Hagen notices Yamazi and immediately races after him to kill him, but is attacked by a group of cybernetic assassins. Hagen is brutally beaten by the assassin until he is completely drained of energy. During the final moments, Zai shows himself and advises Hagen to give up and accept defeat. Things turn interesting when Zai, rather than delivering a final blow to Hagen, starts slicing off the cybernetic assassins. However, one of the said assassins makes use of the chaos and kidnaps Hagen. The episode kicks off from where episode 5 stopped. We see Zai and the other 3 assassins looking downward. The scene switches and we see a man on his car, a cab driver, getting an order from someone telling him to get and find them. We, the viewer, are then taken to another scene where we see Emma treating Hagen injuries and she explained her mission to Hagen, telling him that she was among a special team in operation to uncover the truth behind his resurrection and secret art. And Hagen asked if Mike knows about all this information and she replied no, saying Mike is just a civilian. She also revealed to Hagen that she was the one who helped him and told him about that entrance to the organization. He is surprised, and she told him that she has her own special goal which she has to find, but she needs him to be alive. And she brought out a suit telling Hagen that the power to destroy them is in that suit. But Hagen then asked her, what if they found them before she complete the building of the suit? Emma laughs. In the streets, every individual working for the organization is on a manhunt looking for Hagen and Emma. The next day, we see Mike on the bed and his friend complains saying he, Mike, was supposed to be his protector and not the other way around, also informing Mike that he has been on the bed for the past 10 days. Emma is still on the building of the suit. She tried out the suit, but it seems not to be working. She's disappointed about that. She then explained to us, the viewer, that she needs a power reactor that serves as the heart of the suit. Meanwhile, while Emma brainstorms, we see Hagen having a flashback about what had happened to his family. He sees his wife taking care of him and giving him an advice. At the organization, the assassins who was sent by the organization to fish out Hagen and Emma are done searching every places in the city, but then it's just a building remaining, which a senior assassin is willing to go and check that place out, saying he has a good feeling about the place. Meanwhile, Emma seems to have figured out a way for the suit to function. She explained to Hagen on how the suit is built and how it works. But for it to work, she will have to sync it with Hagen's brain, also informing him that the next time he dies, it would be his last. And she told him that the night the assassins attacked and killed his family, she was the one who stabbed him from behind. However, she did that to save him by putting his body to deep sleep, making him look like he is already dead, and she already knew he would wake up because that was her secret technique she found herself. Hagen became too furious about that, asking her why she saved him and not his son and wife. Her hideout seems to have been compromised as we see some assassins trying to break in. Unfortunately, they entered the building, but an explosive goes off killing them. But we get a shocking twist as we see the dwarf assassin on the roof informing her on how happy he was to finally finding her and Hagen. Emma is surprised on how they found her. He informed her about the whole city being watched and monitored. She put on her suit ready to fight. Mike calls Emma, but she isn't responding. At the other end, a fight breaks out between Emma and the assassin who visited them. After a long extending battle, Emma's power supply became low, giving the assassins an upper hand. Meanwhile, the syncing of the suit to Hagen's brain is about to be completed. Emma plays a recording to Hagen while doing so, telling him about why she saved him and informing him that long time ago, his wife saved her, and since then, she and his wife has secretly been in touch. And that night they were meant to die. She was on her way to save them, only that she was already late. And Hagen was the one she could save. And at the final scene, she seems to have been killed, but wait. Hagen is awake and the suit is completed. We see him on the full-body suit. Then the episode comes to an end. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe for new episodes of Ninja Kamui.